I would rather smash my finger in a car door before I have kids at this point in my life. You want to know why? Walking into Walmart is enough to be like, hell no. Because every time I walk into Walmart, there's a kid screaming at the top of their lungs about Lord knows what. That shit sounds like misery. Okay? You can't even grocery shop and get you a couple of, a couple of things in the store because fucking crotch goblin won't shut up. But it also makes me scared of motherhood more when I get online and I see women saying, being a mom is hard. I just picked up 17 shitty ass diapers off my floor. Let's count them. If having kids are going to put me in a mental state where I'm leaving shit diapers all over my house, I don't need no kids. So there's this woman online by the name of Nurse Hannah, which has a lot of controversy around her name. Apparently a lot of people are trying to get CPS involved because she treats her kid like shit. But I haven't really been investigating it that much, but I can tell that she's probably not the best parent because she made a video about how she picked up 17 dirty ass diapers off her floor from all around her house. Mind you, 4 of those were on the coffee table and it had a cup next to it. You might as well put the diapers on the stove next time. I am so sick of getting online and people trying to act like living in filth and being a dirty bitch is good parenting. Oh, you're doing a good job, mama. Oh, you're trying so hard, mama.
Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop.
I'm not going to be the kind of person that's going to sit here and act like this shit is normal. Nurse Hannah also has a lot of controversy going on because apparently her kid likes to flinch when the dad raises his hand. He looks like he's not being fed properly whenever he goes out to dinner with them because he already ate. And now he's just sitting there and his lip is quivering and he looks sad. And I honestly feel bad for the little boy because you can see in some of the videos, he actually look like he wants to cry while they're eating.
Here's everything that Nurse Hannah has gotten in trouble for. First off, she did go viral before for refusing prenatal care when she was well into her pregnancy, but in the end she says it was because they didn't have insurance. She's also gone viral for having 17 dirty diapers around her house. The perception of this one was kind of mixed, since there is a lot of empathy for moms postpartum, and it actually spun into a trend where moms were sharing vulnerable parts of their postpartum experience. Now she's viral again for a couple of things that are stacking up. First off, she shared in a vlog that she didn't want to spend $35 on a toddler winter jacket for her son. In the vlog, she said that it felt like 8 degrees outside and her son does not have a winter jacket on. She also shared in another vlog that they were at the park for a few hours and she didn't bring anything for her son to eat, and then she didn't want to feed him when they got home because he missed his nap time and needed to go straight to bed. So she gave him a small part of her pastry and said that that would be his lunch. There's also a video of her husband flicking the son's hand away from getting a french fry. A lot of moms have been making videos explaining how after they've had kids, they know that their plates are not their own anymore and it's totally normal and expected to have to share everything with your kids. And maybe the most damning thing so far is a video of her son flinching. When they were at the store, her husband quickly brought something to the son's face and he flinched and held his hands in like a defensive position. He then made a response video after all the backlash saying that, oh no, it's not what it looks like, that people are jumping to conclusions. It started a trend of parents recording putting things close up to their kids' faces quickly to see their reactions, and the kids are not really flinching and definitely not getting in super defensive positions. Let me know what you guys think.
A lot of these moms try to make vlogs about how they're cleaning their house, and then you look at the house and the shit is filthy. Not cluttered, not a little messy, dirty and filthy. And then you're watching them clean the house and there's mold in the sink, there's mold in places there it shouldn't be, there's food and stuff in crevices of the house that it shouldn't be. And I think that a lot of people again are getting blinded by the I'm a mom so I get a pass. No the fuck you don't. Not in my book. Not in my book. You don't get a damn pass, bitch. You're dirty. And then to make things worse, there's a lot of these places have pets, they have cats, they have dogs.
We need to talk about the houses like this that are all over TikTok. No, I do not follow these types of accounts, but they will pop up on my For You page here and there. And every time I see it, I have the same underlining feeling. Oftentimes there are children involved in these types of environments, and it pains me to see this. Reason being is, in my childhood, I was around situations like this, and people don't realize the long-term impact it has on children. The filth, the disgust, the clothes, the shoes, the random things. You don't know what's in this pile because they don't even know what is in this pile. Almost always in these situations, they also have animals. Animals like cats, cats that will find somewhere to go if their litter box is filled, which to me says if you cannot clean a room, you are likely not cleaning the litter box, which then says to me, this type of room becomes the litter box. This particular creator was going to clean this bed Honestly, you would have had better luck just tossing it and making a pallet or something, because I hate to say this, but any normal functioning person would look at this mattress and say, this is not salvageable. But unfortunately, in situations like this, they will come up with an excuse as to why they should still be able to use mattresses, furniture, clothing. It's almost like they knew they let it get that bad and they can't really afford to replace it. So they're like, well, I'll just clean it. So much is embedded in a bed like this that it's actually a health hazard, especially when they pull out a green machine and this is the water that came from that bed. One common thing that gets said in these types of videos are, well, the kids look happy, the kids look healthy, they're being fed. The reality is that's not enough. Children deserve to live in a comfortable, healthy, and clean environment.
Some people might disagree with what I'm about to say, but leaving your kids in a filthy environment like that is a form of abuse. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting. I mean, who's to say they don't go accidentally pick up something that has mold on it, don't realize it, and then they die? Now what? Now you're on TikTok asking for GoFundMe because of your bad mistakes. Or you might be in jail at that point. But I don't care how much you try to sprinkle on the mommy sob story and the this and all that. That is a form of abuse. It's disgusting. And I quite frankly think that you're just not a good parent. What happened to cleaning up ass shit happened? If your kids drop something on the floor, pick it up. If they piss and shit in a diaper, throw the diaper away. Y'all, how many times do you think Nurse Hannah walked past a trash can? Within all the times that those diapers have accumulated, how many times do you think she walked past a trash can and didn't think not once, oh, let me go ahead and just drop this diaper in there on the way downstairs, or drop this diaper in there in the morning when I get up and go down for my coffee or something? Y'all don't think it ever clicked for her until it almost became 20 damn diapers sitting around her house? As I was researching for this video, it kind of dawned on me that a lot of women deal with postpartum depression, and it can last for months, or you don't really know what everyone is going through. So it could be a case of depression and whatnot. But at the same time, it's kind of like, fuck, Dro, like, you have kids. Like, you shouldn't want your kids to live in filth either. Depressed or not, you shouldn't want your kids to live in filth. And I think a lot of the times that's where I kind of start to lose sympathy, is because at the end of the day, sure, mom, whatever you might be going through it, we've all been there. We've all went through some shit. I wouldn't want my kids living like that. I get that mental health does play a part in a lot of these videos that are being posted online. But at some point, we have to kind of draw the line. We can't keep praising this, or we can't keep saying that, oh, you're doing such a good job. And then the next video, the house looks just like it did in the last video. Like, did you do anything? Or did you just stop caring? Or are you doing this for the sake of making a video so you can make money? Like, what is it now? So another family that I've seen a lot of think pieces on, they're called the Resilient Jenkins. The problem with this is that they're all in this one bedroom apartment. The one bedroom is the mom and dad room that people are now calling the breeding room. And the kids stay and sleep in the living room kitchen area. One of the kids sleep right next to the front door, where that can be quite dangerous, and it's just not a comfortable situation for most of the kids.
As you can read in the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy. I can tell you, after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people on. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance.
A lot of people have a lot to say, because why are your kids sleeping on the floor? And you couldn't afford to get them a bed, but you got a PS5 in your room. You got a nearly $500 console in your room, and a lot of these consoles don't come with games, so you paying like $75-$80 per game. I know you paying for some internet to play that game. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people talk about this. I'm going to talk about this from a standpoint of being a child that did not have a bed growing up, who didn't have her own space growing up. So to make things a little bit simple, I was adopted. We first lived in an apartment when I was about 4 or 5 years old. I remember turning 5 in kindergarten. I did have my own room. It was great. I had like my Barbie dolls and my little toy chest and my TV and all that. We then moved in with another family member who had their own kids. So from about 6 years old to 18 years old, this is what my life looked like. I slept on floors. I slept on chairs, couches. I slept on patio chairs. I'll put a picture of what mine looked like, or similar to what it looked like. I even slept on the hardwood floor when we switched from carpet to hardwood in the living room. My room was the living room for a very long time. After we moved out, I never had my own room, and I never had my own bed. I never had my own mattress. Like, And I don't think you realize how important that is, especially for a young woman. Once you hit a certain age, you kind of want that privacy. You need that privacy almost. You want nothing more as a kid most of the time. It's just to have a bed. Like, just, you don't even gotta have your own room, just a nice space you can go and call your own. I also just didn't feel like I had anywhere I could go and decompress. I always felt like in a constant state of chaos and panic. You're having a bad day from school, sit in the living room until everybody else go to bed, and then you can go and cry on the couch when you go to bed, or on the floor, on the hardwood floor, on the dirty carpet in the back. That was my reality for a long time. So when I see videos like this, it just hurts, because it's just like, why don't you want more for your kids? Y'all, not me crying on the internet. Like, I don't do this. So from the ages of like 6 to 18, that's like 12 years. For 12 whole years, that was what my life looked like. And when I see videos like this of these parents that continuously have kids that they can't afford, because allegedly neither one of them are working, and you just keep bringing more kids into the world, it's like, why don't you want more for your kids? Why don't you want better for your kids? I think that's what I struggled with so much, because I was like, why don't someone want better for me? Like, this is all I'm worthy of. This is all I get. It's as simple as no one gave a fuck. And these kids, parents don't give a fuck enough to give them a better life, to give them a better situation than what they're currently in. So hi, editing me here. I just want to clarify something real quick. Out of the entire 12 years, I was the only one in the house that never had a bed. So I just want to make that clear, that it wasn't like, oh, well, what about the other people? No, bitch, it was just me. And another thing, every time I was sick, strep throat, flu, cramping, whatever, I would just go lay on the floor in the back room that we shared. I wasn't really allowed to lay on the bed unless I asked, and even that was sometimes a no. It wasn't really a given. In my notes, I have here, like, stop having kids you can't afford, but most importantly, stop having kids that you're not ready for, and stop adopting kids that you're not ready for. If you're emotionally unstable and you don't know how to handle your emotions every time you get upset, and all you know how to do is raise your hand at your kids, and now they're flinching or they're scared of you and they don't know what peace is, stop doing it. Stop doing it. What I mean by people just not giving a fuck is that it's one thing to be struggling to put food on the table, and you're trying your damnedest to make it happen for your kids, and you're putting all your money, you're working hard as hell, you're putting all your money into your kids' life, trying to get them and you into a better living situation, get them beds, get them rooms or whatever, but you're just on hard times right now, but eventually you get there, but it takes a little bit. It's another when you see that the parents or your parents was prioritizing other things. They got a new car, they got a new vacation, they got a new pair of shoes, they got a new outfit, they got a new this, they got a new that, but you're still laying on the floor. You're still laying on that hard ass, musty ass floor. That's an issue. There's a huge difference between I'm in a tough time right now, but I really am trying to make this happen for my kids. I'm gonna put all my money and extra savings into my kids' life and making their lives comfortable. It's another when it's just like, I'm comfortable, you're fine. You'll be fine on the floor. You'll be fine next to the front door. You're gonna be okay, whatever. This kind of leads me to my next topic about, like, people having kids just to have them. People are being irresponsible, popping that poom poom and having all these daggone kids. A lot of people are having kids, obviously, well before they're ready. A lot of kids are feeling the neglectfulness of most of their parents. Why is it that every few months I see a story of a parent that has left their child at home while they went on a beach trip or a girls trip to Miami, or they went out to the club, or they went out with their man for a weekend trip, and they come home and their baby is either very severely harmed or they're deceased? Why are we getting online every single day and we're seeing kids live in filth in situations where they don't need to be, like next to the front door? Why are we normalizing smoking around your kids? Why are we normalizing getting high around your kids? Why are we letting your kids ride in the car without a car seat? Like, someone will put their kid on Twitter and kid is in the front seat and they're like bouncing up and down with no type of support ever. If they were to get an accident, that kid is going through the windshield. I think that the internet and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook is making y'all a little bit too comfortable with putting y'all abusiveness out on the internet for everybody to see. Okay, I think y'all done seen other people do it, so you thinking, oh, I'm gonna do it now. But there's no reason why I need to know how you discipline your child, or maybe I do need to know. and I need to call CPS. Maybe we should start normalizing calling CPS. Let's normalize calling Child Protective Services. Let's normalize that. Since you want to be a neglectful, shitty parent, let's normalize that. Oh, now I'm the bad guy. I am honestly getting so sick and tired of these family vloggers putting all their business of their kids out on the internet. When these parents realize that everything don't need to be online, we might start going in the right direction as a society. There's way too much about people's kids online. There's no reason why the internet needs to know that. All our grown asses do not need to know when your daughter started her period. I should not be seeing your kid's bath time routine. I should not be knowing why little Spencer got in trouble at school and it's because he peed his pants on the recess ground. I should know that you shaved your daughter's hair off and you're calling her all types of bitches and hoes because you found out she had a Facebook or an Instagram or a Snapchat.
Come here, you're gonna learn today, girl. No physical discipline. Mom, I told you stop disobeying me. I told you to listen and do as you're supposed to. I told you to do good in school. I told you to do your daily routine and you yet to even do any of it. And you thought you were disobeying me today and I was not coming to cut this hair off. You're sadly mistaken because you thought being pretty was so much better than being educated or listening to your mom, right? Yes, this is what happens when you don't listen to your mom.
These hoes, yes, they're my daughters. I done gave them chances, but now I'm finna treat them like hoes. These hoes are trifling. The cussing, the sticking the tongue out, the all this. Look how they sink. Look how nasty they sink is.
Any woman that is willing to get online and try to embarrass their daughter specifically like that, you're a hating asshole. A conversation that I am tired of seeing is the who eats first. I seen it the other day and I almost lost my marbles. Who eats first? Your man or your kids? Any bitch that say they man, watch them. Watch them closely. It's kind of like the 50-50 conversation that I talked about in this video again. We don't need this whole who eats first, your kids or your man. Anybody with 2 brain cells and a heart would say their kid is going to get their plate first and then their man going to get their plate. Their child is helpless. Their child probably don't even know how to cook their own food. Their child is they child. Like it's a child. It's a minor, bro. Any man that feels some type of way that you fed your child first and you gave your child their plate first, you need to get far the fuck away from them. Like you need to get so far away from them that it's not even funny anymore.
See this, I work all day. All day.
What's wrong with you?
What you mean what's wrong with me? You got your son eating before me. How you gonna play before I do?
No problem, because he was here before you first.
What's
the issue?
Who paid bills here? Look at him.
You gonna eat, ain't you?
Your son eating before me?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Anything over 3 kids is excessive. I'm the 4th child out of 4. So I think I was excessive, but I'm glad that I'm here. I feel like anything over that is just like, okay, bro, we get it. You're not getting another baby shower present out of me. Maybe that's just me. Damn, like we done been through this. All right, this your 4th time, bitch. Like we get it. You popping that poom poom. Put that poom poom away. Put the poom poom away. You struggling with the first 3. Why the hell are you popping that poom poom again?
Because there's nothing. So I asked her dad, like, oh, can you help me? Like, can you help me? Y'all keep in mind, this wanted the baby. Like, keep in mind, this nigga had my ovulation tracking his phone. Keep in mind, nigga planned to get me pregnant. Like, he planned to get me pregnant. Knowing I didn't want a 3rd child because I was already like, it was not hard, but it was going to be hard if I had another kid. Like, I knew I wouldn't be able to afford having 3 kids. And guess what? I had a 3rd kid. Okay.
Then that's a choice. Why would you let a man trap you with a child you knew you couldn't afford? I don't understand why y'all be out here recklessly procreating like it's not a decision. If you knew he's tracking all of this, then that's somebody you need to leave alone. And now you online crying about it. You should have been planning to put his behind on child support. You should have been planning to take your BC. You should have been planning to make him use protection.
Okay, y'all gonna be like, oh, you should use protection, blah, blah. I don't give a f***. Y'all opinions. Y'all not me. Y'all don't know the life I live. I don't give a f***. So,
right, you not me, because I'll never be that stupid. Don't get upset because you online ranting and don't want to be accountable. You played a stupid game, now you want a stupid prize, and now you want to run to the internet crying about it because you decided to procreate with a bum. Do better.
Here's a quick update on the resilient Jenkins before I end this video.
Like, let's be for real. They're not getting evicted because people on the internet have something to say, because people on the internet funded their life. People on the internet watched their videos, so they got money for views. People on the internet bought them babies beds, so they wouldn't be sleeping next to the onions and the oranges. People on the internet bought them babies coats, so they wouldn't be outside shaking like fucking strippers. People on the internet did everything that they could to help them kids live a better life and to be in a better situation. So you can't blame them for what's going on. I read, some of those comments, and if you want, go to that video and look at them comments. It's a lot of people not taking accountability. It's a lot of people not forcing them to take accountability. Y'all are getting evicted, supposedly, because he didn't pay the rent. And because that apartment is subsidized. It's supposed to be for him and that older child, not for 7 people to be living in that apartment. That's why you're getting evicted. Not because people on the internet have something to say, but it's because you're not taking accountability for the fact that instead of getting a job, you decided that you wanted to go on the internet, tell everybody your business, tell everybody about your lives, profit off of being poor, and put them kids in that situation. Let's, in 2025, put our big girl panties on, put our big boy pants on, get some jobs, or do whatever you have to do because you banked on going viral so that you can make more money and made more money and still didn't do anything to change your circumstances. Saying that you're waiting because you want to make sure that you're not banking on this money and moving into a place you can't afford. You know how you continue to afford it? You get a job. That's how you do it. You know how the rest of us do it? We get jobs.
I know that there's going to be so many people out there that may disagree with me, but that's okay. It is what it is. I can think whatever I want. Not everyone's going to agree, and that's fine. I think that a lot of women nowadays, especially my generation, we're leaning towards not having kids ever, or having kids after we're done with reaching the career path that we're trying to go down. Like, we're not rushing to have kids, married or not. We're not rushing. And I applaud women for that. Happy Valentine's Day. Please don't give the wrong men that poom poom, or you will be having yourself a Scorpio or a Sagittarius come November. So good luck and stay safe out there, ladies. Thank you to all my new capybaras. Welcome to the club. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share this video, like, and comment. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
I'm tired of people always ask me, why you don't have a kid? Bitch, because I want a push gift. A big, white, pearly Range Rover with a 6-bedroom house and 4.5 bathrooms with a big-ass backyard and a swimming pool with a garden in it and a tree house and a tire swing. I want my body done after I had a baby. I want a new purse with 50 racks inside. I want a big-ass motherfucking ring. These niggas ain't worthy. They ain't worth a fuck thing. I can't carry no baby for you.